Right, afternoon. Just give me a second. Right. Well, it's another cold, windy day today with rain. A cold, windy, rainy day. If you look there on my camera, I can't even see myself. Hold on a minute. That's the outside balcony. And those kind of like flashes of white light is rain. So, yep, it's raining outside again. So tomorrow looks like it might be a horrible, muddy day when I go out detecting again. Now, I don't know what I'm going to be doing detecting wise, to be honest with you, in the future. I've got my mission, which I've not even done half with at the moment. I'm still doing the first half, going over it with different detectors, but the problem is my pinpointers keep breaking down all the time. I gave them a good clean up yesterday, and they seem to be working at the moment. So I've just gone in the kitchen and I've turned them both on. Let me just go and get them. Let me just get them. Get a couple of coins. So I've been in touch with eBay, the sellers on eBay, and they're just fobbing me off left, right, and centre. Like, could you please make a video of the problem? So you make a video showing what the problem is, you turn it on, you get the bleep, and when you start pointing to any kind of metallic objects, it's not, like detecting that object, or it's not setting an alarm off. Now, this is my first Gold Hunter Pro, or Gold Hunter metal detector I bought 22nd October. It worked for 2 weeks, then it started packing up. I've got a bit of a rusty, crusty 2P here. You just heard it turn on. And it's working. Change setting to vibrate. Don't know if you can hear that vibrating, or you can probably hear if my fan heater blowing at the moment. Right. You should be able to hear that. Go to the other setting, the normal setting. That's bleep with vibration. Normal bleep. Vibration. Alright, turn it off. Give it a couple of seconds. Give about another 15 seconds or so. Turn it on. Is it going to work? Yeah, it's working. That's vibration. So for some reason, it seems to be working tonight. That's the older one. This is the new one, which I got last week. The day I took it out, packed up on me completely. Didn't even give me hardly any fines. I kept turning on and on and off, on and off, on and off. Sometimes you have to turn on the work for that one fine. You turn it off, turn it back on, and it won't do nothing. So this is the newer one. These are the plastic things I bought off eBay, £6 for 3. You can actually get 10 for £3 on the Chinese site, which I might order later. This is an old chip penny. It's not a 2p, which I thought it was. Now that's louder, as you just heard, because there's dirt in the actual buzzer in that one. Would I try cleaning it out? I don't want to be taking it apart and trying to clean it, but in here, it's working at the moment. And that's the vibration. And that's sound with vibration. Old £1 coin. Now that's that one, yeah. Go back to this one. Would you believe that it's actually setting that off? So why that's setting off, I don't know. But yesterday, after I cleaned it up, I was doing this, like one of my old pinpointers, and it's actually going off just by, swinging it around a little bit, but now it's seems to have stopped. The problem with these, they are supposed to be very good pinpointers with the reviews I've seen. They're meant to be better than actual Garrett ones, but I've got two from different sellers, and both sellers are telling me right, that they've got to contact their supplier to give the videos to the supplier. Then they're going to try and offer me a solution. What solution can they give me when I've already thought about all the solutions? Changing the battery, cleaning them, and change the battery over about 6 times with different batteries, kind of thing, and it still does the same thing. You turn it on, it might pinpoint one object for the first time, but then the second time you turn it on and it don't do diddly squat. Maybe there's a fault with them. Maybe that's why they're selling them at 35 quid each. I don't know. I don't really go out with people much nowadays. The only one I go out with is Alan. It's quite difficult for me to meet up with people at the present moment because of the travel cost and carrying equipment around in a backpack all the time. It's quite heavy carrying like a spade. I bought a new spade today, actually. I'll go and get that in a minute to show you. And I'll tell you how much it was. It's bloody cheap. But tomorrow I might go out because it's meant to be sunny tomorrow. I'm going to take this one as a backup. I've not had no problems with this one, to be honest with you. It's a K-Moon one. But you've got like 2 modes on it. Up. That's better as those ones do. And look, it continues going off even when it's detected it. But if you push the button again, turn it off, and push it again, so it's on, you turn it on, then after you turn it on, you press it again, it doesn't give you that long delay. And that's the thing what I kept getting confused with. But it does tend to seem to go off on its own sometimes. Why, I don't know. At least it's kind of working, I suppose. It could be where there might be something stuck on it, a bit of metal, which I don't know, a fragment of metal. Well, that's £1 gone on the floor somewhere. So I'll take this one with me. but it doesn't pick up. You know, it's like it's not that sensitive. Got an old shilling here. You know, it picks it up, but it doesn't pick it up that good. You know, like. That's probably about 2 centimeters, yeah. So about 2 centimeters. All one does is pick it up. That's like 5-6 centimeters, something like that. So these have got more kind of like sensitivity than these ones do. I was looking to see if there's a way of actually modifying this. I think there is. I'm not sure though. But I'll have to have a look on YouTube and see if there's any kind of like tips on how to modify these. I know some people have actually taken their pinpoints apart and it's like a little tuning capacitor thing in there, and you can actually just use a little Phillips screwdriver, turn them, and it actually does make them more sensitive. But you know, I've got these other ones, but these ones I tend to keep playing around as well. Turn it on and they just go off by themselves. So I've taken it away. See what I mean? And this has also been cleaned. Look, it's not even touched. Look. It's going completely on its own right now. Weird. I've got the orange one up here. I did take this one out the other day, but that one was playing up as well. Now, I've just been looking on Amazon actually. There is a few on there which look okay, but you know, the bloody prices on them are like, you know, from 70 quid up to like £200, you know, kind of thing. There was one I did find, which some guy who's used one in Australia, and it is a proper underwater one. If I can find it, I'll post the link. Hold on, because I've got to go back onto my Amazon. It looks interesting. It's not expensive. You know, it's probably around about the same mark as the Gold Hunter. And it does have the same kind of thing on the Gold Hunter. Like, it's only got one button, but it's actually got 3 tones, 3 different settings. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, there we go. No, I'm not Mitcham born and bred. I was born in Dartford in Kent. Trying to think what road it was now. Keep thinking of my old previous addresses, like Devonshire Road, Temple Hill, Dartford. That's it. That's where I was born. Temple Hill, Dartford, not far from Dartford Hospital. I was born there, raised until I was about 7 years old, I think. Then we all moved to like Bexley, Jordanswood, near it's in between like Bexley and Swanley and Dartford. If you had to like put a triangle, it's in kind of like in the middle of the triangle. And we lived there. Well, I lived there up until like I was about 19, 20 years old, until I met the missus, and then like got married around about the age of 24, I think it was. And we had 3 kids. 3 kids. And that's it really. I'm not going to go into like my personal details, but when I got married, I moved from Bexley up to West Ham with the ex-wife. Stayed there for a little while until we could afford to find somewhere else to live. Like a private landlord, we moved to Tooting, and from Tooting we moved to Colliers Wood, and that was a living hell there. The house practically fell on top of us, and I'm not lying. If the baby wasn't in the bed with me at the time, and she was actually in the cot, she could have got killed because like the actual ceiling fell on top of us. And the wife was at work at the time, and it's just me and my firstborn child, and that was scary as hell. And we still had to live there for a little while until we found somewhere else, and then we moved to Devonshire Road, which is also in Colliers Wood. Lived there for about 10 years or so. Raised another 2 kids. Then about 2 years ago, well, no, more than that, about 4 or 5 years ago, I divorced the wife. And I'm now where I am in Mitcham on my own, enjoying myself, a bit of freedom at long last. Can't be told where to go and what not to do, and to stay in with the kids and feed them, clean them, and all that kind of crap like I used to have to do. I was able to get out and do anything really, because I was like the house husband. I had to like look after the kids on, feed them and clean them and make sure they'd done their homework and all that kind of stuff. But that's part of growing up, and being a parent. And now, free will, do whatever I want to do. Do whatever hobbies I want to do. And my main goal, my 2 main hobbies is like ghost hunting and milk detecting. But the problem is, like, I did go milk detecting yesterday, but the pinpointers completely did not want to work. Sometimes I did and sometimes I didn't. There's even times when the pinpointer would not even like register anything, and like to like just grab the dirt and wave it under the Go Find 44 detector, and trying to find the item under that, which worked. But that's the reason why you need a pinpointer. So you ain't got to keep fucking digging, through the gravel and like trying to wave it underneath the bloody milk detector to find out what it is. And these are just giving me a bloody headache lately. So I'm looking at purchasing one of those ones, because they are waterproof. And so it's got I think it's got 3 different alarm modes. Can we place it well, giving more possibilities? 360 degree. So I'm looking at buying one of those, but the thing is, I think it's from China or some other location, but it doesn't come until like the 30th, between the 30th and the 9th of January. But the thing is, I don't have the funding for it at the moment, to be honest with you. So unless they decide to say, yeah, send it back and we give you your money back, otherwise I might have to keep these and put an appeal in with eBay, because why should I have to sit and wait days and even weeks for the eBay seller to get back to me and say, just return it and we'll send you a replacement, or return it and we give you a refund. So if both of them turned around and said, okay, we'll give you a refund, that'd be £70. All right, £70. Both of these 35 quid each from different eBay sellers, both giving the same errors, faults, problems, issues. If I got that sent back and they both issued me a refund within the same week, that money I could probably go out and buy a Minelab, which is £99. So I'd have probably put together, it's like number 30 quid. But what I'm thinking of doing, instead of buying the Minelab or Garrett, I'm looking at some of the other models and probably doing like some reviews on them. If I don't like them, I can turn around and send them back. So I want to get them from Amazon, because Amazon, you can send them back directly straight away. With eBay, you got all this fucking hassle with these sellers giving you excuse after excuse and after excuse and after excuse, saying, well, maybe the battery's knackered, maybe you're not pointing the battery in the right way, or maybe the battery isn't contacting the circuit board properly, or we got to get you to do a video. Right, okay, we've seen the video, but we've got to send it to our technical department for them to view it, and then they can tell us what possible solutions can be done for you to actually get it working properly. They treat you as like thickos, kind of thing. I know I've only been doing metal detecting for about a year and a half, not constantly, probably about 6 months in total. But I know how to fucking operate a pinpointer, and they're trying to make you look like a dumb kind of person who don't know how to turn it on properly, or it's just like ridiculous the way sellers try to like fob you off and try not to, either send you a replacement or give you your money back. No, because if it's me selling something to you, I wouldn't have no problem getting them sending it back, because these would still be under warranty. Every one of these are under warranty, a year's warranty, yeah. All the person's got to do on eBay, so like send it back, we'll either refund you or send you a replacement one. And with the 41, they just send it back to where they got it from, and then they're covered through the warranty, and they probably get either a replacement one or their money back, But I'm going to take these out tomorrow. And I'll probably take this one with me as well. So shaking it around, it don't do nothing, so it's okay. But I'm just wondering if it's something to do with the weather conditions or something, because they both seem to work in here now okay. Now that's going off by itself. Is it because it's picking that one up? Move that out of the way. That's on my leg, right? Weird. See, you just saw it going off by itself. They don't really make pinpointers all that good, to be honest with you. You could probably buy 20 different versions of pinpointers, and you might get one which is really good, and it doesn't give you no problems whatsoever. It's like milk detectors. You go out and buy like 10 different milk detectors, and you might get one which gives you really good results, and give you the depth and pick up a lot more stuff than many of the other milk detectors do. It's like a transistor radio. You go and buy a transistor radio, you might pick up more stations on one than you do on another. It's just it's just like one of those things, but it's bloody annoying when your pinpointers start packing up. Bloody annoying. Then you got to try to use the actual pinpointer on the metal detector. And some of those metal detectors, right, you have to push the pinpointer in to actually, get whatever's you're trying to detect with the actual built-in pinpointer on the metal detector. Because they don't have the switch where you push it on and it stays on. Some of it you've got to push it in constantly to get, where it's pinpointing that particular item in the ground. As soon as you let it go, it stops. But on some metal detectors, you push it on and it stays on. And, you can move your thumb out the way and it's still pressed on, and it's still, pinpointing that location, and you just push the button again to release it. I'll probably take those through with me tomorrow. because that one doesn't give the signal, you know, it doesn't pick up further than those ones do, or whatever. Let me just take these out. I'll go and get the spade, show you the spade I bought. Right, so this is my main spade that I use most of the time. Okay, it's really got a lot of mud on it still. And then you see it's a small spade, and when you're digging, you've got to keep bending over, and it does give you a backache after a while. That one cost me about £20 on Amazon, I think it was, yeah. And I was thinking about buying a new spade, a little one, you know, one with a big handle. They had one similar to that, around about the same price, a little bit, you know, bigger handle, longer handle, but I didn't have the money to buy, you know, like a £20 one. So I bought this one. Big handle, yeah, little sheeting, nice, not bending over as much as you are on that one. What you got to do is push it down and dig it. I was thinking though, you know, the handle might be a little bit too big, so I could always like somehow take these off, these like stud things, remove that, cut the handle down a little bit, trim around it so I can put this back in and make it a bit smaller. But I might just, you know, I'm just going to keep it as it is for now and see how it goes. Home base, £5, pretty good deal, £5. So I bought that. As I say, there was a few other spades I looked at, and they had like handles similar to that, but you know, longer handles. You know, if you look at this spade, this one here, you can see this how small that is to that one. You know, this is practically double the length. So instead of like, you know, keep going out and digging holes and then like extending the holes, this one will actually make me be able to do a bigger hole than that one does. So tomorrow I'll be taking that one with me. The only thing is, it's going to be sticking out my backpack rather longly, because my backpack, I think, only goes up to about here. So you got to have all this sticking out. But what I normally do is I'll stick a carrier bag over it so people don't know what it is. Let me just take this back out. Yeah, it sticks out about that much on the backpack, which is about 1.5 foot, 2 foot. I have got a big backpack, but the zip's broken on it, so I can't really use that one. So it means like possibly buying a new goddamn backpack. You know, one of the bigger ones. I was looking at another thing on Amazon actually. I don't know if it was on Amazon or what's the name? Oh, it is. I was looking at this backpack, which is only £23, and it does have like a grip thing for the actual spade, but it's only a small backpack, so it still means you know, the spade is going to be sticking out, and it is like a small spade. So, you know, like one of those would be okay, but no, you don't really want a spade sticking out of a backpack, you know, because if it hits someone, it could cause someone serious damage, you know, kind of thing, serious injury. So I'm not going to bother with that one. If I buy another backpack, it'll probably be like a 25 litre, 35 litre one, you know, a very big one. So it's in the backpack, and I'll have the metal part of the spade sticking down, which I always do anyway, and just have the handle sticking up. Even with the small spade, sometimes when I get on the bus, it gets caught up sometimes, and like, you know, because on my backpack, you know, and I've got it on my shoulders, and the spade, you know, being that much out of the bag, tends to like catch on parts of the bus. And I have to keep leaning down, you know, kind of thing, or take the backpack off and like just carry it in front of me. So that's the only problem with spades nowadays. I was trying to find one which is more telescopic, actually. You know, a bit like one we can actually, well, yeah, telescopic, we can actually, like, you know, extend it. But, you know, it probably might be a little bit heavy with a telescopic one because of the rods. But I've not really seen any, to be honest with you, on eBay, apart from the small ones. And I've already got like a small spade about that big, which is okay, you know, to use, like, you know, if you don't mind kneeling down too much, or you can use it on like the beach or something. But really, with the beaches, you need those scoops. I mean, them bloody scoops can be bloody expensive unless you make one yourself. Telescopic. Telescopic. I don't know if they actually do telescopic spades. Yeah, but the thing is, 3 telescopic gardening tools: trowel, fork, hoe rake. Trowel, fork, hoe rake. Oh, it looks okay, you know, it's cheap enough. Was it only about 14 quid? No, £17 with Prime. But the spade's only got a small kind of like metallic digging part, you know. Want one with a bigger one. There's one there for like £52. Yeah, that's more a trowel, not a spade. It's a trowel. You need an actual spade. You know, you could probably go out and buy like the 2 different size like metal poles and make it a bit like, you know, or you could even get an old milk detector, I suppose. Strip that off and use the actual poles, which have got those little pin things in when you slide it up, so you can like adjust it to whatever size you want, and somehow put the base spade on one end and the handle on the other end. Shovel. See if I need that one. No, ones I'm seeing just more handheld ones. There's one there, but that's a snow shovel. Saw a nice one on someone's channel the other day, and it's like a military one, but it's like 80 odd quid, pounds. If you don't know what quid is, so our English term, as English slang, saying quid is a pound. So like you know, with your greenback, instead of saying dollar, you say greenback or buck. Gives a buck for it. Yeah. No, I won't be able to use that. It's a trowel. It's not a spade. Using that, it'd take you forever to fucking dig a hole. Hello, Games from Cardboard. Just checking his channel out. Games made of cardboard. You know, the only game I remember what was made out of cardboard is it had like a cardboard base to it, yeah. Plastic covering, and it had like little puncture marks in the cardboard, and you had a little ball in there, and you had to like match all the ball or try to get all the balls into one, you know, each of those like little indents. Remember those? Can't remember what they're called now. They were fun little games. They were. So you're from Clapham South. Do you go over to Clapham Common? I've been over there quite a few times fishing. You do things different with cardboard. Alien made of cardboard, making the Nostromo. Quite talented. What's that one? Limited edition Alien print giveaway. Slightly more into Alien kind of stuff. Fucking old Game Boy made of cardboard. Right. Seems like you're into a lot of gaming as well. Or making cardboard gaming things. Yeah, but making things out of cardboard, they just like, you know, I know cardboard can dry out after a while, can't it? Depending on like the conditions of your home, really. Like if you've got a bit of moisture coming through the windows or something, yeah, don't that moisture affect the cardboard and make the cardboard just like come apart, you know, like get a little bit damp or something? Or do you keep it all in a dry, contained room or something? I don't know nothing about cardboard. I just like put the cardboard, what I use, in a bin, or whether it's a cardboard box. I try to not so much refurbish, but reuse it for packing. That just pops on it. All right. I have a cardboard box made of cardboard. Yeah, I've got a cardboard box made out of cardboard, mate. This is a cardboard box, which had a light sensor in it. What's in there? Just batteries. Okay, so I need to get rid of these batteries because they've leaked. We should get these in the bin. So in this box, I'll keep, so I can always use it to store other stuff, like, just normal crap. Or what's in there at the moment is like squirt bottles. Whole box of squirty bottles. So if I lose my squirty bottle when I go out milk detecting, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, 3, 6, 7. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bottles left. So I've given a couple to my mate Alan. Squirty bottles. But they come in this nice little kaku box. When that's finished with, once I lose all my bottles, and I'll have to order more. I won't throw it away. I'll keep it. I'll recycle it. I'll use it for something else, like any box, In a polystyrene box, which I've got over here. This one, I've got corks in there. So if I go out and I find a cork on the floor, I'll pick the cork up and I'll bring it home and I'll make cork fishing floats out of it. I made fishing floats for ages, actually. Mainly because I don't need any more at the moment, so I've still got a few. Until I don't do that much fishing now anyway, I do more milk detecting and magnet fishing than normal fishing. Because normal fishing is too expensive. That's why I collect corks, because you go and buy a float. How much is costing you to buy a float? 3, 4 quid for a decent one. I just get that cork, cut it in half. I use my little thing here. Use that. Shave it down. I've actually lost a bit on it, actually. But I've got 2 of these anyway. I just like shave it down into the size I want it. I've got some kind of like barbecue sticks I use as the main rod, and then I put a little hook on the bottom, and then paint it, and that's my fishing float done. I used to work at a place in Colliers Wood, a place called Blackout. Don't know it. Hello, Michael. No, I don't know that place. Like last time I went in Colliers Wood, would only just go down there and change over buses. Actually, going when I meet up with Adam when we go milk detecting different locations. But apart from that, that's what I do. I don't stop off and go and do any shopping because Colliers Wood has changed a bit. More shops that great big building that used to be there, you know, right in front of the tube station, which was the old office blocks. They converted into like flats now, aren't they? Like, you know, apartment building. They couldn't actually legally demolish that because it would have caused too much problems with the actual underground, and it could have like caused damage to the underground as well. So they kind of like just gutted it all out, reinforced it, and then like built flats into it. And they got like a little shopping centre underneath it, I believe. So since I've been down here, well, when I used to live down here, about 7 years ago, a few more nicer shops down here. But the only time I used to go down, it was like, you know, going doing a little bit of fishing, or I might do a bit of magnet fishing, you know, right near Sainsbury's, you know, where the little footbridge is. Or I'd come along the walkway as if you're going down towards the actual tower block, because as you come down the walkway where Sainsbury's are, come down, and as you get to the bottom, on your right, you've got the you know, like PC World and all that kind of stuff, yeah. But then you've got like a little walk bridge over there, and as you walk over, I come back as if I'm heading to the main road, and I've done some magnet fishing there. And the only other place I do magnet fishing is Abbey Mills. So there's not many places I do magnet fishing in Collier's Wood. You know, I've done a little bit of fishing down that way as well, but won't really get nothing. I can't be bothered with fishing anymore. Too bloody expensive. You know, the places I normally go to if I do fishing is Clapham Common or Mitcham Common. You know, even Clapham Common, now you got to pay your permit for £25 for the year, which I've got, and I should really use it, you know, because I bought the license for this year, and it runs out in March. So yeah, I might go over and do a little bit more fishing before, you know, the permit runs out. But I won't go until, you know, the weather's better. Probably go there probably February time, do a couple of days up there, camp overnight or something. I don't know yet. Oh yeah, Tooting's still a bit rough. Well, no, I don't know really. It wasn't so bad when, you know, I used to live there anyway. Because I used to live on the main high street until, like, as I said, like, I don't know if you was here when I said, like, when me and my missus had our first child, the landlord, you know, where we was actually renting the place, you know, it was like crap. You know, it was black mold, and he was decorating upstairs one day and he fell through the bloody ceiling and left a hole in our ceiling for several months. The rain was getting through, you know, coming through the top floor and our floor. Many times we kept ringing him up and he goes, "Oh, I'll do something," but he never did. You know, bloody Asian guy. And it rotted the roof so badly that luckily there weren't no one living upstairs. Well, the whole roof fell through, and it fell through our ceiling, and just missed me. And lucky, as I said, like the baby, which was Jessica at the time, was in her cot and not on the bed with me, because normally I let her sleep on the bed, and if she was on the bed, she would have been crushed to death, I'll tell you, man. So he came down and got some kind of like temporary repair on our ceiling, but the rest of the house, you know, was missing the roof, and rain was still coming through, and we just couldn't bear it anymore. So he spoke to our local newsagent guy, which is also a Pakistani guy, and he gave us like a 3-bedroom place we could like move into. But even that had problems with. they had mould as well and mice infestation, and you never done like, you know, get the boiler checked like you're supposed to do every year. It was done like once every 3 years. And what he was worried about is bloody rent. So no, it's just getting all on board with us, you know, kind of thing. And that's what kind of like caused all the arguments in the house, because like nothing was being done and like was blaming each other and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, Collieswood was like to us a living hell. So, but we never had problems with any, like, you know, the kids staying there or, you know, anyone else, the neighbours or anything. They all seemed to be okay. It's just the bloody landlords, you know, landlords from hell, didn't give a shit about, you know, the way the house was. As long as they got someone in there and made money out of us, that's all they worried about, you know, kind of thing. But I did like Collieswood because it was quite close to two shopping centres. You had the I can't remember if Sainsbury's were there at the time. I think it was actually. But you had like Tooting. Then you had Wimbledon. So it was in between the two shopping centres, weren't you? Anyway, two towns. And that's only good. And you was on, like, you know, the tube line as well. And plenty of bus line. But that's the only good thing about it, you know. But the houses were completely crap. We never had no problems with the neighbours or, you know, kids or anything around there. No, how they was able to keep them houses, like when we moved out of the one where the bloody roof fell on top of me and the kid, you know, kind of thing. You know, luckily the wife was at work. And I had to ring her and get home straight away. I said, "You got to get home." She goes, "Why?" I said, "The bloody ceiling's falling on top of us." Because what you on about? I said, "Yeah, the fucking whole, like, the roof is falling through the first floor flat, and it's falling through our fucking flat, you know." And I said, luckily, like, Jessica was in the cot and not on the bed. She would have been killed. She was like so panicky. I think she got a taxi home, and like she had a right go at the fucking landlord. I tell you, we should have taken him to court and sued the cunt, but we never did. We didn't have the money. Didn't think about it at the time. And you know, if I had the money and, like, you know, thought about it, I would have took the other guy to court as well. The last one we had, Mr. Patel. His house was a bloody shithole, full of like damp, black mould and mice infestations. That's what caused, you know, my asthma and my son's asthma. And also caused, like, my son, like, a skin complaint on his face while he was growing up. But as soon as we moved out of there, or as soon as like my wife moved out and the kids moved out, his health got better, and that rash all moved away from him. But yeah, Collieswood weren't too bad. It's just the fucking landlords, you know, the houses conditions, like shitholes. But anyway, not going to bore you with my life in Collieswood. We did live in Tooting for a little while, for like 6 months, I think it was. Because you know, my wife being Filipino, my ex-wife being Filipino, she knew a lot of people as well. And when she went shopping, she used to be able to get like little bargains at the Filipino shops, you know, kind of thing. Yeah. So they've moved away. I'm on my own. Happy to be on my own. I've got no problems with any wife or woman telling me what to do and not to do, and no. Mind you, I've got a bit like my ex-wife though. I'm actually like, I don't class myself as a hoarder, but I've got a lot of stuff I need to go through and get rid of. But I don't like throwing things away, you know, kind of thing. You know, some of it is junk, but I'd rather give it away to charity than actually just throw it in the bin, you know, kind of thing. something that ain't even worth putting on eBay, because time you put it on eBay and you get your eBay fees and all that kind of crap, yeah, taken away, you ain't make nothing. Anyway, yeah, let's get back to milk detecting. Tomorrow, I was going to go back to my permission, but I'm going to decide to go to somewhere else where I've been before. It's a bus ride and a tram ride. Can't tell you where it is, because I don't want people following me and like trying to meet up with me and like mugging me and beating me up and stealing my gear or trying to report me for somewhere I've been. But I know other metal detectors have been there, and I have spoken to one person who said he's been there, and I said, what's the conditions been? And he goes, well, they don't mind you being there, as long as you don't make a mess of the place and you fill your holes up. So I've been there, and I have found a couple of old King George coins there. So I'm thinking of going there tomorrow, and not far away. There's a big kind of like park thing, and if you walk across the fields, you come to like some woodland, and you go past that small amount of wood. It's only a small woodland. It's just like probably a row of trees, which is no. Let's say let's say that row of trees going along there. Once you go in there, it only goes back about that far, about 10, 20 trees in a row kind of thing, but it goes all the way down. If you go past those trees, there's some fields there. And I have done a little bit detecting there, and I found a few King George coins there as well. So I might go there and try to find out who owns the field and try to get permissions around that area. Because the one I do, my main permission, which is a paddock, I've already done like nearly half of it already. And I, even when I've completed the whole paddock, I'm going to be going back there with different, milk detector and just scan it over a second, maybe a third time. Because when you are doing milk detecting, you just don't know if you are actually missing things. Because when the rain hits the water, it sets off some kind of like reaction to the ground, and sometimes you can find more stuff when the ground's wet than when it's dry. Now, like last week when I went there, I got there very early and the whole ground was frosty as hell, and I was surprised I was finding more stuff when it was frosty than when the sun came out and defrosted it. Then the fines started going a bit low. But when it was frosty, I was finding, coins. I found a few things actually. I can't remember exactly what I did find, but I found more while it was frosty than when the sun came out and defrosted the bloody ground. Not like I want it to be frosty every morning. No way, too bloody cold. But tomorrow I'm going to go to that other location, try that again with the Go Find 44. I put in a new spade in my bag, but I'm going to take that out and take the smaller one with me. The big spade I'm going to be only going to be taking to my permission. But if I do get another permission, near the place I'm going tomorrow, then I can always take it with me there as well. But for tomorrow, I'm going to change back over to the smaller spade. Go to the place where. See, I can't tell you where it is, right? But it's a woodland, right? And as I said, like someone said that even a few people have been there before, and they found a few coins and whatnot, but not a lot. And they didn't tell me where exactly they went. Now, I came in from the back entrance, yeah, and you go along this like wide footpath, and as you get towards like I suppose more the centre of the wooded area, you've got these great big like dips that go down, and you've got like a little gully, and then you've got to go back up either the one you came down or the one on the opposite side. So, I was scanning around with the milk detector around there, and I wasn't finding fucking anything really, just like, well, I found a few modern day coins near a bench, but I wasn't finding hardly anything. And I was just about going to give up. And I kind of lost, I didn't know where the hell I was. I didn't want to go back to where I came. So I just carried on walking around. And I came to like a little footpath, and it was leading to these like bushes, these hedges. And I saw some like, I think there was like pine trees or something, yeah? And the ground was completely different to what it was in the wooded area. So I thought, that looks interesting. So, I decided to do some like milk detecting around that area. And I must have pulled out around near this tree about 6 King George coins. So I thought, I'll have to come back here. Now, I thought where I was, there's going to be a footpath that goes round and I'll be able to get out that way, but there wasn't. So I had to go back on myself. But as I was going back, I saw another kind of like pine tree, similar to the one which I'd just been to. So what I want to do is go back to the first one and then go to the second one and try around there. And if I don't find anything there, then I'm going to go over to this big like park and then just cross the park and go past these like trees. And there's like a small field up there. And as I say, I found a few coins up there, so I'm going to try around that area. But I'm also going to see, if there's any like little farms around there and try to get permissions around there as well. And hopefully I can. I have done some research on, trying to find out who owns the land around there. I've got an idea who it is, but if there are farms around there, even small farms, kind of thing, I'm pretty sure, like, I don't think they would be council owned. I think they would probably be privately owned. So I'm hoping that I might get a permission tomorrow. I can only hope, I suppose. Hello, Ulrich. So, I've been keeping an eye on the weather, and it does say it's going to be sunny tomorrow. But at the moment, it's raining. It's bloody raining, as usual. But tomorrow it's supposed to be sunny. Me and Alan were supposed to meet up today, actually, but we couldn't because of the rain. So we've kind of like suspended that until next week. Now, earlier in the week here, right, last week, it said Tuesday was going to be sunny, right? Next Tuesday was going to be kind of like moderate with, gentle wind and, scatters of sunshine, yeah? But looking at it now, it says it's going to be like rain showers. Now, yesterday it said it was going to be dry with moderate rain. Last week it's going to be like rainy with moderate rain with gentle breeze. Then yesterday it says it's going to be all kind of like dry and sunny. And now today it's completely changed again. It's going to be partially wet, windy, and scattered showers. So this Win P30 Pro, just time for Xmas. No, thank you. Don't believe in downloading this crap and getting Trojans on my phone. Fallen for that before. Fucked my phone up. So yeah, I've made sure I've got plenty of money on my travel card for tomorrow. I'm planning to get up around about 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm not going to get up early. Although the place I'm going to is probably a little bit further away than my permission is, but it shouldn't take that much longer. Because when I go to my permission, I get one bus and it takes an hour and 20 minutes, depending on the traffic. So the traffic, before the rush hour, it can take about an hour to get there. to my permission, but you know, we've got traffic on the road, you know, and it's a little bit busy. It takes an hour and 20 minutes to my permission. Now, the other place I'm going to go tomorrow, it's probably going about the same distance, but you know, all I've got to do is get the same bus to the tram stop and then get the tram to the location I'm going to, and it shouldn't take more than 40 minutes to get there, hopefully. Now, I'm also going to consider of asking permission around the golf courses. Now, I did ask my local one, and I said, yeah, you know, no worries, you know, you go and knock yourself out, mate. You know, you want to do metal detecting around the wooded area, we ain't got no problem for that. All you got to do is ring up the conservators, because they actually look after the place. You know, we rent the land of the conservators, so you might have to ring them up. I rang them up and they said, no, you can't. Don't let's catch you on there. So the local one I can't do. But where my permission is, there is a couple of golf courses around that way. So I'm going to go there. Next time I go to my permission, I'm going to leave early. Then I'm going to walk down to the golf course and ask if I can get permission, or just I'm just going to say to them, you know, is there any possible chance I can get permission to do, you know, the tree lines? I promise I won't hit, like, you know, the actual greenery itself, just the tree lines. And if they say, yeah, that'd be cool, because it is a bloody big golf course. If they say no, then I won't be able to do it. If they say yeah, and they tell me I need to, like, you know, ring up council or the conservators, I might do, I might not, you know, because if the golf course says yeah, then you've got permission, don't you, really? No, it's only because, like, you know, if it's a conservator and they don't want you digging on there because they look after the property, don't mean that they actually own it. They might just look after it, you know, kind of thing. And they might just turn around and say, no, fuck off. So this time I'm not even going to bother. I'm just going to ask the golf course, and they say yeah, then yeah, you know, fuck it, I'm going to do it. But I know with the Wimbledon golf course, you ain't going to be able to do that, because that's actually on Wimbledon Common. And I have looked at the bylaws on Wimbledon Common, and it does state, you know, no digging, no metal detecting, no this, no that, you know, whatever. You can't do nothing on that common. You ain't supposed to even jog on there, to be honest with you. Not even meant to have horses on there, but I've seen a horse. Me and Alan saw a horse on there not long ago, actually. What else can't you do? You can't fly drones. You can't put boats in the water, you know, even remote control boats. You can't fly anything on there, not even a kite. You're not allowed to play music. You're not allowed to sing. Not allowed to dance. Nothing. All you can do is walk. I'm surprised they don't stop you from taking photos of the landscape around there, because I wouldn't be surprised if there's a law about taking photos, you know, kind of thing. So yeah, Wimbledon Common does have a golf course on there, and that's going to be, you know, a no straight away kind of thing. But there are some other golf courses I've been looking into on Google, and I'm going to try to, like, find out how to get to them. Or even I might even just ring them up if I can find the contact details. I might just ring them up and ask them for you know, permission. Because that's how I've done the last one, actually. The one who said yes, local to me. She said, when I rang up the conservators, as I said, the conservator said, no, you can't. But I rang up the local golf course and I said, is there any chance of me doing some metal detecting around your, like, edgeways, you know, around the tree lines and stuff? And they said to me, well, let me get back to you. You know, I'll have to speak to the manager of the golf course. And if he says, yeah, I'll get back to you. But if I don't get back to you within like 2 or 3 days, then it's a no. Well, 3 days later, I thought they weren't going to say, you know, ring me back, but they did. They said, yeah, you know, we don't mind you doing that. You know, just don't go on the course itself. I said, no, I won't do that. Because you might have to ring up the conservators, though. And I said, who are they? I said, well, they actually look after the land, you know. we do rent a part of the land off them, but not all of it. You know, there are parts that actually it is part of the Conservatives' land, so you'll have to ring them up. So I rang them up and they said, no, for you cunts. And I wouldn't go, you know, it's how many people goes in the woods on a golf course? Just the golfers who they lose the bloody golf balls, you know. And I'm willing to like actually go around and, you know, any trash I find, I might even pick up and like put it in the bin and, you know, help them out, you know, just like clean up the golf course as well. But fuck am I going to do that if I can't get permission? All right, Alan, stop it. Leave him alone. I've known him for years, mate. He's okay. He's a shaman. He's like a spiritualist communication person, you know. He's into like he's like I said, he sees stuff through ITC. I was looking at the weather just now, Alan. Next week, Tuesday's going to be a bit rainy again. Yesterday it said it's going to be sunny with, you know, moderate wind. Now again, it's meant to be bloody rainy again. Let me have a look at it again. Weather all next week is rain. So we're going to have to keep an eye out. The only day that's going to be dry is this Friday, but I don't think you can make it Friday, can you? Friday and Saturday is meant to be dry. All next week, all the way up to the 23rd, is cloudy with scattered showers. No, tomorrow I'm going to go somewhere. To one place I've only been once before. Actually, I think we might have to stop talking about ghost hunting on here, to be honest with you. Because that's meant to be on my other channel, mate. You know, I appreciate what you're doing and like showing me things, but it's supposed to be like, you know, a different stream. So. Oh my God. Oh, you've been watching my video with my new Go Find 44, Alan. I put a new one up yesterday. Fucking pinpoint is still going off, like not working. And fucking eBay, so this won't do nothing, you know. Oh, we've got to contact a supplier and they're, you know, they're going to talk to the technical department. Can you please make a video? The only reason why I bought those ones because they're supposed to be really good. And like, what's happened? Both of them are fucking packed up since I've got the damn things. But I'll show you one I might get. It's some guy in Australia has done a pretty good review on it. And it's only like 36 quid, I think. Put it on my list. You might like this one, actually. Check that one out, Alan. Let go for pinpointer. It's fully waterproof as well. $34.99. But the thing is, it won't be until like, well, I ain't got the money to buy it now anyway. Probably be like, you know, the new year. But it says like from the 30th to the 9th. So if I order the one in the new year, it could take anything up to like 2 weeks, 3 weeks for it to get here. And it's not eligible for Prime either. No, it's free delivery. But I saw some Australian guy who does like a lot of milk detecting. He goes and helping people to find their lost jewellery on the beaches. And he's used one of those in the sea. And, you know, it's pretty good. I don't know if I can find the link to the YouTube channel. Let me see if I can find underwater pinpointer. I think it's Michael Oliver. Yeah, that's the guy. I'll find his pinpointer review. Called a Detechnic X Pointer Pro. No, it's not the same. It's similar to it anyway. That's the one. 10-minute video. But if you look at that pinpointer to the one which I'll show, practically the same one. And it is meant to be underwater. And it has like 3 search functions. A bit like, you know, my Gold Hunter. But that one only has 1 button on it, I think. Oh, I don't know. Fucking people out there, such wallies. What he does, right? Let me put it this way, yeah. I don't know if you ever watched the episode of the Haunted Explorer. I think it is. What's his name? No, the Haunted Collector. He was called out, right, to an investigation where they actually found someone found a bullet, an old Civil War round bullet. Yeah, they call them round, but they're not. They're like, you know, long, about that big. But someone found a bullet in their garden, right? And they took it in their house, and they found they started getting crazy amount of activity, yeah, believing that the bullet was causing it. Now they took the bullet out of the house and reburied it, but the activity still kept going on, right? So Sif Davies, or what his fucking name is, the Haunted Collector, took his group down to this house where they was having this crazy activity from the bullet, right? And they wouldn't find out what had been going on. They saw the occupiers, the owners of the house, said to them, right, well, we found the bullet, we brought it in because we liked it, historical kind of thing, and we just kind of admired it. But as soon as we brought in, all kind of weird stuff kept happening, poltergeist activity, shadows, and all that kind of stuff, yeah. And it only happened when they brought that bullet in, and they thought, well, it's got to be something to do with the bullet. So they told the Haunted Collector guy that they took it back out in hope that it would stop, and they reburied it, but the activity still kept happening. So the Haunted Collector guy wanted to know where they buried the bullet. And I said, well, we can't remember, but we can give you a rough location where we buried it. So the Haunted Collector, his son, and one of the team members had to go out with a metal detector and hunt for the damn thing. And it took them several hours to find it. And when they did find it, they removed it from the property, from the garden, the little woodland, when they buried it. Sif done some kind of like ritual, I suppose, like blessing or whatever. Taken away from that property, all activity ceased, stopped. So that's what Urich does, he can actually determine if something is haunted or isn't haunted. He can actually see spiritual energies attached to a photo, like I've done once. I'm not saying I'm some kind of like crazy psychic medium, but my sister sent me a photo from her friend on Facebook one day, and asked me if I could see anything in the photo. It's just a picture of a car, front of a car, right? And I could see like pixeling, like faces in the car, when I zoomed it up, but there wasn't no one in the car, but I could see faces in it, yeah. And I drew pictures of what I could see, and I sent that back to my sister, and she sent it to a friend, and her friend freaked out. She goes, what your brother has drawn is a splitting image of her uncle before he died, and I still got the picture, yeah. That's the kind of thing Urich does. He can sense and detect things in like pictures, photographs, even here, through video. He has the ability to sense things. It's like, I don't know if you watch, like the Psychic Detective. They can see and feel things through touching things or looking at a photo or something like that, kind of thing. That's the way Urich is, similar to that. And that's what I'm saying, because I don't want this being done on my channel, because that's supposed to be on my other channel. This is supposed to be metal detecting, magnet fishing, nature walks, and all that kind of stuff. I may have a lot of spiritual kind of like gifts, but I don't use those gifts at the moment, because I've kind of like gone away from the spiritual side for now. I will get back to it. I can open myself up again, but it won't be until the new year. And it's not going to stop me from going out and doing metal detecting, because you could go out, right? Seriously, Alan, you could go out and pick a coin up here. That could have spiritual energy attached to that, because someone could have been murdered and robbed for that coin, and their blood could have been spilt on that coin, and their energy could be attached to that coin. And it's just like the episode of Haunted Collector. The spirit of that dead person could be attached to that, and I could bring it home, and all fucking weird, crazy activity could happen in here. That's why I like doing metal detecting, because you don't know what kind of energy has been passed on. We're all passing on energy to whatever we touch. Your cup, you're holding your cup, that takes energy. Your phone, you're pushing your button, that's causing you to use energy. Remote control, you could actually be out metal detecting, right, and you could have a fucking heart attack and die. What's the last thing you're actually holding? Either your metal detector or a pinpointer. That gets left behind, right? Someone might come along and find it one day, yeah? And your energy could still be attached to that pinpointer or metal detector. And they take it home. And your energy could set off kind of like, paranormal activity. Because, like you may not even... What it is that when people die, some people don't realise they're dead. That's why we see ghosts and spirits and stuff like that, apparitions, because, they're actually kind of like trapped on, the Earth's plane. They're kind of like stuck in limbo because they've not crossed over to heaven or hell, kind of thing. But, I don't really want to be talking about paranormal on this channel because it ain't supposed to be paranormal anyway. Heidi only comes on it because when I go out smoke detecting, he does see stuff in there, like, on some of the videos, and he just shares that what he sees. That's all he's doing. You too. I don't know. Actually, I saw an orb in here today, Ulrich. I was just like thinking, what to do. And, it had been raining all night, and I knew it was going to rain today. I needed milk, and I wanted to go out and buy a new spade. And I thought, well, you know what? I could order a spade on Amazon, and it'd be here tomorrow, but I want it for tomorrow, maybe. So I went up to Homebase and bought a spade. And on the way back, I stopped off at Lidl's and bought some shopping. And that was it. But before I actually went out, I was just sitting there getting ready, and I saw this orb. And what an orb is a spiritual, well, we believe it's like a spiritual energy that manifests itself as like a ball of light energy, right? And I saw one go right across the camera. I thought, well, okay, so does that mean I've still got spirits around here? Are they in my room? Are they like getting ready to come out with me? So, I do feel that sometimes my dad comes with me, when I go metal detecting. I've actually been told, Alan, through the Ouija board and through the ghost box, yes, the ghost box, that there is a spirit that follows me around when I go to the River Wandle, whether I'm fishing or just having a walk around. Because there used to be a guy who used to look after the River Wandle, and somehow he drowned. Although he was a good swimmer, he drowned because the River Wandle used to be like more kind of like deeper and more wider, and it used to have more current in it, and the guy got pulled under. So much junk email coming from my Hotmail right now. I'll tell you one thing, Adam, right? I don't know if you're going to believe me or not, but someone told me last year, right? They'd been metal detecting, and they found I think they said they found a Roman coin, right? And this is way up north, near like Nottingham, Nottinghamshire, that area, and he was really, so kind of like so happy that he's found this like Roman coin. He took it home, and he had it there for a couple of weeks, and he kept having like this dream, which was always repeating itself. Yeah, telling him to go back, to protect more of that land. He's going to find, probably some more Roman coins. So he went back there a few weeks later, and he reckons that he thought he heard, like, the way the Romans used to march, kind of thing. Yeah, he thought he heard a Roman army marching. He even thought he saw a Roman soldier, in front of him, and suddenly just disappears. So I don't know how true that is or not, but it's something that I heard about, and it did kind of freak him out a little bit. But he still goes there milk detecting on the odd occasion when he gets time to find more Roman, but he only kind of saw and heard, like the sound of like marching, and he only saw that one split second of like what he thought was a Roman soldier standing in front of him. So it could have been like a possibility to the energy of a Roman soldier that might have been attached to that coin, and that's what he saw. Don't know. No. Another person over Clapham Common reckons he was over there taking photos one night with his two buddies, and he swears black and blue that there's two Roman soldiers behind him. Well, not behind him, but behind his friends. And when I asked him about it, like, I was Dan, it goes, I'm not lying to you, mate. I still got it on my mobile, I think. I said, well, you got it, I'd be interested to see it. But when he was scanning through all the pictures, he couldn't find it. So he goes, well, maybe I kind of like deleted it accidentally. Now, if you was taking pictures and you saw or thought you saw like soldiers behind your two buddies, mate, you wouldn't delete that picture. You'll be saving that picture and like uploading it on the fucking internet, which you never done. So that I don't know is true or not, but people have seen weird things, when milk detecting as well, apparently. So you never know. We could be going out one day, and we might see something unusual. Might spook us both. We might find that hidden hoard of Roman gold coins, and as soon as we start picking them up, the fucking Roman soldier might pop out and drag us down to the blitz, kind of thing. Never know. Unusual thing happen. Well, they do say, I think, like the Romans were the actual ones who like educated us in one way, didn't they? Because like they were the ones who made the roads and built stronger structures and stuff like that. Better living quarters. Like a mean, harsh kind of people, weren't they? The Romans. They went everywhere and like trying to grab land from all different parts of the world. And they went over to fucking Egypt, and like I believe they went to America, and practically all over the world, didn't they? And they tried to like rape and pillage and and that kind of stuff. Then Christianity came in, because the Romans had their own gods, didn't they? But then Christianity came in and converted a lot of Romans into Christianity. There is a lot of like Roman structures around still. But the thing is, right, Putney Common, well, not Putney Common, Wimbledon Common, supposed to have an old encampment, right, of where Caesar once camped there. Yeah? It's actually called Caesar's Camp. Now, I've spoken to a few people who knows a lot about Wimbledon Common, and they've even done research on Wimbledon Common, and there's no real evidence that Caesar really did camp there. So, is it something that, the council made up just to get, tourism, people like go to the common in hope that they might see something that wasn't even really there? Don't know. Maybe, even the people who researched it didn't research it long enough and hard enough and mistaken themselves. But apparently Caesar went over there and camped there before he had, some of his battles. Putney Common, well, you do research on Putney Common, there's a load of Civil War battles that went on over there. A load. But it doesn't state where. That's the problem. We'll have to go over there and find out where. See, this is what I don't understand, right? Before I got moved away, before I got asked politely to not melt detect on Wimbledon Common, I didn't find that many musket balls there, yeah? Hardly any. I was finding, a lot of modern day and Georgian coins there. But I weren't finding anything which was like really old, like, Roman or Saxon or Celtic or whatever kind of thing, I won't find anything, older than or earlier than 1800s. Like, I think the oldest coin I found there was like about 1899. But there's supposed to have been a lot of civil war over there, and I've not found anything over there which kind of like tied up to civil wars. But down here on the common, there must have been a lot of battles over here because I found so many musket balls over here. It doesn't mean that there was battles. It could have just been like highwaymen, because apparently like Dick Turpin and a few other notorious highwaymen always used to travel from up north all the way down to, down to the coast. Because you're talking hundreds of years ago. There weren't like, these great big concrete fucking structures, housing estates and, office buildings, stuff like that. A lot of this used to just be open land, country land, and woods and commons and stuff like that. So, there is meant to be like documentation that, Dick Turpin did come through this way when he was going down to like, meet up with some of his buddies down on the south coast or whatever. But that's why I believe that there is a tree there called the Highwayman's Hangman tree, because it is an old tree, and they was hanging highwaymen on there up until like the late 1800s apparently. Now I'm not going to go through what I've sensed over there and what kind of activity that I've got there, but I found a lot of musket balls over there. It don't mean it's civil war, it could be just like hunters or highwaymen, camping out over there and doing that kind of stuff. But it's interesting to find, musket balls, because they can hold it different kind of energies. Now, the only area around here that apparently had evidence of Roman civilization is over at Bedmington, near the waterworks, which you cannot get to. I tried getting permission to do melt detecting on the grounds of the waterworks, because there is documentary. If you go to the MCMD, actually I think I might have it on my mobile still, the app, but I can't use it because I need to pay for the membership, which is like 35 quid, which I'm not going to be paying. Do I still have it? There's a certain application Narc or Nork or whatever it's called. No, Archie. It's called Archie Dig. All right. Now, it won't give me the exact location, but if I do a search and put Bedlington, Bedlington, and search, won't find it. And let me do CR4. No. Not be that way. Oh, I spelled the bloody postcode wrong. I keep putting my postcode wrong. Alright, let's do it just by postcode. Not doing it that way. Home. Right, let's do local. It's not doing nothing. Right, let's close it all down and start again. Yeah, because let me turn that one off, Wi-Fi. Sometimes, I don't know why, but Wi-Fi won't pick it up. Don't know why it's not working. Right, yeah. Roman huts found in Norbury, Greater London. Roman site of Roman Road, Thornton Heath. Roman building, right? Roman building. It's not going to tell me exactly because I've not signed up to it, but it gives me a quick, rough idea of what was found there. With Roman parts of the old bath tiles there, coins, which were found by archaeologists over near Bedlington Waterworks. Now, I actually tried finding out who was the person to contact. And after doing a little bit of research on it, yeah, I found water. So I rang Thames Water up and said to him, look, I'm interested in, like milk detecting. I've done some research, and there was a while back, like, the early 1900s, like 1960, 1970, some archaeology done over there, yeah. And they found, like, evidence of, like, Roman activity being over there. I said, is there any chance I can get access to do some milk detecting myself and see if I can find any of that stuff, yeah? Because I don't want to see, like, history just, like, rotting away and, like, forgotten. I want to see if I can find anything. If I find of anything interesting, I'd like to, like, hand it over to someone, like a museum or something, So he goes, well, what I'll have to do is I'll have to try to find out what kind of general branch it is, and I'll get back to you. So he goes, give me a bit of time. I won't ignore you because it does sound rather interesting. But let me get back to you. So it's about a week or so later. The guy actually did ring back up. And he goes, I spoke to the department at the waterworks, and they said they would, but they're very sorry, but they can't give you access because the surrounding area is now like a wildlife sanctuary for one, and two, there's a lot of like boggy marshland as well. So, and it's to do with the Health and Safety Act. You could be walking thinking it's okay, it might be a puddle, but it could be like a bog and it could suck you under. So, I'm afraid you can't do it. So I thought, okay, fair enough. So, but yeah, around about the 60, 70, 1960, 70, I believe it was, they did do archaeology over there before it became like a wildlife thing. And they found like Roman building structures. They found the old part of what is it, the old Roman bath tiles and stuff like that and coins. Don't know why this has been a pain in the arse. You won't let me do a search on it now. Oh, I don't know. Won't even fucking load up for me. Search. Roman. It's supposed to be found some Saxon stuff not long ago. Yeah, Roman mortar. A mortar found mortar, as in like the mortar groundwork, concrete, whatever. Found in Mitcham, 2.3 miles away from me. Roman site of Roman in habitant Mitcham. Site of a Roman cemetery in Mitcham. Roman ditch found in Mitcham. Another site of a Roman ditch found in Tooting. Roman site of Roman British activity, Tooting. Roman site found on Fulton Heath. Roman site of a Roman villa, Parkhill Estate, Tooting. And that's just like now all being built over. A lot of this has been built up and built over now. Let's do Wimbledon Common. I'd love to get the full app, but I can't afford it. It's like another 35 quid for this app to get the full details. And I did have it last year, but I can't afford it this year. Keywords Roman. Merton TQ. Right, Roman hoard of Roman treasure found. Roman coin hoard found Wimbledon, Greater London. Roman site of Roman metalled service in Wimbledon. Hoard of Roman treasure found. Roman ? Coin hoard, Roehampton. Roman foundation in Bishopthorpe, Greater London. Roman site of Roman villa, Silver Hill, Putney, Fowl, Halfway House, Putney, Greater London. This site was not originally previously recorded, and the coordinates is not accurate. So a Roman villa was found in Putney Vale. Let me do. I've got to keep going back to this thing. Let me do Saxon. Mitcham. Cool. Saxon Court, East Essex. No, that's more in Kent. Let me do it the other way around. Mitcham. Saxon. Early Anglo-Saxon cemetery at Hackbridge. Anglo-Saxon cemetery at Mitcham. Anglo-Saxon cemetery, Mitcham. They're all the same. Small long brooch found, site of Saxon cemetery, Bedlington. Saxon site of early medieval cemetery, Bedlington, Corner. Saxon shed of glass, tampered found, Wallington. Anglo-Saxon burial site, Alistair Road, Wallington. So it gives you roughly, on this application, what is found, and it gives you a rough idea. And it does give you more information, but you have to pay for that information, which is like a £35 subscription fee, as I say, which I don't have. Saxon site, early medieval site of Saxon cemetery, Wallington, Great London. Note, the site was not originally precisely recorded. Saxon site recorded requiring further analyst Bedlington. But it's a good program if you can afford to pay for it. You can get the free version. It's like Archie Dig. It's called Archie Dig. It's an Android app. Right, hang on a minute, guys. I've got to go and make myself another cup of coffee. Oh, my eyes gone blurry as well. Right, back in a minute. And if I had the money for it, you know, for this app, I wouldn't buy it. I'll probably buy myself another Pinpoint because I don't think I'm going to get refunds on those two. I'm going to try to open a dispute on eBay and make the fucking sellers either refund me or send me a new one. No, I've actually got print out for return for one of them already. And I've got to send that back before the 28th. I'm going to take it out with me again tomorrow, just see if it is still playing up. If it still can continue playing up, then I'm definitely sending it back Friday. They can't tell me, so they've not got it because that's a tracking one. That's a tracking number. And I know if they got it or not. Yeah, there's a Roman bathhouse and a Roman villa found over at Bedlington, as I say, with you know, other Roman artifacts like brooches and coins and stuff like that. And I tried to get access to it, but I couldn't. Now I do know around the back of the I shouldn't be saying this actually, but it don't really bother me because I wouldn't go on there anyway because it's class of trespassing. But at the back of the waterworks, right, if you go down the side of the tram stop and you walk down the bottom to the footpath what leads through the wooded area beside the actual golf course, yeah, when you walk all the way down to the end of it, where there's a railway bridge, if you go across the railway bridge, that's where the woodlands is, yeah. But if you don't go across the railway bridge, but turn left, there's a long footpath that actually goes all the way up to, I think it's Wellington Park. Well, along there is the back of the actual waterworks, and it does, you know, give little signs saying that it is now like a nature reserve, and they've even got like little bunkers built along there, which I did not know they were there until I walked the whole length of it. Yeah, they've got like little bunkers where you can actually go and do like bird watching and wildlife watching, and along there you can actually see that a lot of it is kind of like waterlogged, so you know it is kind of like swampy there. I think they might have done that, you know, made it as a man-made kind of like nature reserve, you know, like with all that kind of like bog for like, you know, insects, frogs, newts, toads, bird life, you know, whatever. And that goes all the way. It's like that all the way around. Even when you get like 3/4 of the way up the trackway, and that trackway's got to be about 4 or 5 miles long. But as you get further on, you can see like a mound over the back. But where that mound is, I think that's where they're actually doing the refuge. You know, like the tip. Because past the actual waterworks, if you carry on about a 1/4 mile up the road, there is a refuge there where they actually like, you know, landfill and everything. Yeah, and I actually went there one day, thinking that it's like another entrance getting onto the waterworks section. When I, you know, I got stopped by security, I said, "Can I help you, mate?" I said, "Yeah, I'm just trying to find a way I can get on to do some milk detecting." He goes, "Well, you ain't doing it here, mate." I said, "Why not?" He goes, "It's a refuge dump." He goes, "Like health and safety, you know, there's no way you're going to get on here and do milk detecting because you're only going to be picking up, you know, normal modern day trash anyway, like tin cans, bottle tops, pool lids, you know, bikes, you know, anything metallic, you know, you're going to pick up anyway." So I said, "Oh no, I didn't mean like here. I thought that, like, you know, the waterworks had like its own separate part." He goes, "No, not here." He goes, "You wouldn't be able to get onto the waterworks anyway because it's a nature reserve." So that's when I thought about, you know, doing a little bit of research and finding out if it was possible to get onto the waterworks. And when I spoke to the Thames Water, I said, "No, you can't get on there." So after they'd done the archaeology, they found enough to, like, you know, document it. Then they decided to swamp it all. So, you know, there's probably still hundreds of Roman coins and, you know, artifacts still in that ground. But It's now covered like with water. They made it into like a boggy swamp. Bath, yeah, I know. Well, I've heard of Bath. That's up north, I think, Bath. Oh, God, what time is it? God, it's only 8 o'clock. I've got to cook my dinner yet. Gonna have fried pork, covered with herbs. I'm gonna have some mushrooms, and I bought some like rice from Lidl's. So I'm gonna have myself a decent meal tonight, hot meal, and then I'll probably go to bed around about 11. Yeah, maybe about 11 o'clock. Try to get some sleep because I do have problems sleeping at night times now. Don't know why, but I want to try to get sleep around about 11, so I'm gonna be up for about 8 and go to this other location. I could go to my permission today, but I'm not going to. I went there yesterday and I was just having a bad bloody day, you know. Weren't picking up anything. And I took my new detector with me, the Go Flying 44 with me as well. No, I found like it's on the video, I think. At least I think it might be, but I found an old like one of those tractor trail things, you know. Great big metal fucking triangle thing it was. I wasn't going to carry out that home. You know, I'd like to have brought it home because it's probably from, you know, I suppose like from the mid-century because it had quite a bit of rust on it, but I threw it near the actual fence, and I was going to bring it and show it to Ron, but when I decided to pack up, Ron wasn't even there. So, you know, I just left it there for next time I go. You know, he might even see it and might even have a go at me. If he sees it and says, "Oh, you know, you left some iron on the ground," you know, I'm not too happy about it. I say, "Yeah, I'd left it there on purpose for you to see it." You know, I was going to bring it back down to the horse stables, but I decided that I was going to take a walk and I wasn't going to go back past your main bit, you know, kind of thing, which I did, but I just couldn't be asked to carry it around with me, you know, kind of thing. And he wasn't there to see it. You know, he would have been interested in it because, you know, he doesn't cultivate his land. You know, since he's had it for about 30 years, I think he said, 25, 30 years. He's at the horse couple the grass and the amount of fucking horse shit there is. Jesus Christ, man. Everywhere you go, horse shit, horse shit, horse shit. I trod in a lot of horse shit, you know. I even had, you know, my met detector detecting stuff underneath horse shit as well. Crazy, but yesterday really, you know, I got really annoyed because these pinpointers would not work. And I ended up trying to use the pinpoint on the metal detector. And when I did find it, this is why I didn't understand you. That Go Find 44 ain't too bad with the actual pinpointer because it's picking up a small piece of tin when the pinpointer, when it was working, didn't pick it up, but the pinpointer did. And even like a little kind of like, it looked like a split shot in one way, like little LED split shot. Could have been a mini button, I don't know, but the pinpointer did not pick that up, but the actual detector did. So that was unusual. Yeah, I got so fed up with it, I thought, fucking, I'm going to leave. And I left and I thought, well, instead of coming straight home, I'm going to go around looking for more permissions. And I even went to the person, which I've been planning to do for weeks and weeks and weeks. And I was told there's a certain location, a certain person, go and ask because he's got a lot of land. And I thought, well, if I find where he lives, I'll go knocking on the door. Well, I actually did find out where he lived. And I went to the main office and I knocked on the door and said, yeah, I'm looking for so-and-so. He goes, yeah, that's me. I said, oh, great, I found you. I said, been talking to some of your neighbours and they said that you got some land. I was wondering if I could do some detector tonight. He goes, sorry, I've got to say no because we don't actually own the land. It's actually, you know, we rent this by the actual council. He goes, and I don't think the council would allow you. So I said, all right, fair enough, Just I was told that you had a lot of land. He goes, oh, I've got a bit of land, yeah, but it's all, rented. So I said, all right, thanks very much, and I just walked off. And just up the road to one of his neighbours, I thought all the land behind him was his, but it's not. He goes, no, that's all. All this land is council as well, kind of things that people rent it and, let their livestock on it. And sometimes, the livestock grazes on it, so the council don't have to keep coming around and cutting the grass. They have actually just laid like gas mains down there as well, not long ago. I said, I know about it. It goes, well, there is a guy you could talk to who looks after all the land around here, but he'll probably turn around and say no because, but he might know someone who has land, private land, which you could actually go and speak to. So I said, I could do that, but it was getting late anyway. And I thought, well, what I'll do is I won't go today. I'll go there next time. When I do my permission, I might leave early and try and find out who I need to speak to. Because where he gave me the direction, I did speak to someone down that area, and they said it was all council land. So it might be someone else a little bit further up. I'll have to go back there and ask. So, but yeah. Because if I went there, it would have took me about another half-hour walk to go and speak to this farmer. And then I'd have to, spend more time, going along the main road. And, it would have took me about an hour, to go and possibly find this person and speak to him. And then, if I would have been able to find him, that is, maybe about another hour, hour and a half. And the time I found him would have been, getting dark. Then I would have had another, half an hour. So after speaking to this other gentleman who told me about him, I said, I'll leave until next time. And I just walked up this, kind of dirt pathway kind of thing, where you got a house on each side and fields on each side, kind of thing. And I just thought, now, fuck it, I'll start heading home now. But I know there's a few other places I can go and check out next time. If I don't go and speak to this other farmer, I'm thinking of going the opposite way, where there are some other fields, and see if anyone owns those. And I think what I've noticed, the ones which have probably been, looked after, they're probably either private land or council land where they've been letted out and people were using it for, their horses and, their sheep or whatever. So there was a field there with sheep on it, yeah. And, it's all kind of looked after, that land, but there are fields where you can see those, weeds, and they've not been looked after because I think they're run by the council. Now, I know the Surrey Council is actually trying to sell off land as well, but I think it's going to be expensive because when I tried doing a little bit of research the other night on my live stream, 13 acres, 250 grand, kind of thing. Fuck that. Someone want to donate 250 grand for 13 acres or 20 acres? I buy the land and start doing little muck detecting collabs over there. That'd be good, wouldn't it? If I had the money, though, I would like to move over to somewhere, where it's got quite a bit of land and get my own land and detect it myself before I start allowing, group digs and stuff like that. Because you can probably make a little bit of money on group digs. And not only that, if someone finds, a hoard of Roman coins, you'll buy it legally right, entitled to half of that. So, I might have to start doing the lottery again. Try to win a few million. Won't happen in my lifetime, though. Win any money. Never do. Or what I've had over the last several years is fucking nothing but bad luck. if I had the money, I would buy some land. I'd detect it to my heart's consent. I have no worries whatsoever about the council moaning and bitching, saying, "Hey, that's our land. You can't be metal detecting on there." Fuck off, is it? I bought it for you, cunt. This is my land. I'll be like the Sherwood, the sheriff of Sherwood. Anyone on my land, I'll kick them off and prosecute them. I'll confiscate all their metal detecting gear. And then later, when I've made enough money out of all that, then I might consider like having metal detectors on my land and charging them for being on there. Doing like the group digs and stuff. If I had land, I wouldn't mind 1 or 2 people on there, helping people out. I don't mind helping people out. But they'd just show me what they found, and they've got to be kind of like, genuine and honest. So if I found that they did a video and showed on their video what they found and they didn't show me, then I'd be a bit pissed off with it, I say, well, you didn't show me, I'm entitled to half of those. It's not so much greed, it's like, the trust you've got to build up, the relationship on someone. It's like with me, my landowner, Ron, we built up a bit of a trust with each other. I'll show him what I find at the end of each day if he's around. And when I find, coins which are crusty and rusty and, rusty and non-legible, I show him and I say, if I can clean it up, I'll give you it. And I have given him coins at my own little collection. I said, look, these ain't from here, but I wanted you to have something, just as a token of goodwill and thank you for letting me be on here. I even bought him horses a bag of carrots, his dogs a bag of treats, and his chickens and hens a bag of chicken feed, well, bird seed. I'm like, wow, Steve, you shouldn't have done that, mate. I said, no, been good enough to let me be on your land, I can only repay you in some way, like they're only a couple of quid, on animal feed, When I gave him some coins and musket balls, he was trying to turn them down. I said, no, come and take them, It shows, the kind of activity that has, occurred on your land over like the last few centuries, kind of thing. These ain't the original ones, because like the original ones I've got ain't no good, but they are similar, and it shows, that kind of occupancy that was on your land. He was happy with it. The horseshoes, I found like 3 horseshoes on there now, and like when I first started, I said to him, the first thing I'll have to find is, I've got like a little list: silver coin, horseshoe, and a Roman coin. Well, when he kept saying, well, I can give you a horseshoe, there's no problem, I've got plenty of horseshoes around you can have. I said, no, I want to find one. It's the excitement and the adventure of finding it yourself, kind of thing. And when I found one, I was kind of like over the moon, that I found one. And I went up to him at the end of the day. I said, look, Ryan, I found a horseshoe. He goes, oh, fucking hell, well done, mate. So, like, I was happy that I got one. And if I didn't find one, when I finished like detecting his land, he was still going me one if I wanted one, but I found one. Then I found that silver sixpence, and I showed him that, and I kept that one. All I'm looking for now is a bloody Roman coin, but I don't think there will be one. I'm going to try to I don't think I'll probably find one on here actually. Let me see if I can check on here. Search. Reading, Hampshire, Dorset, no, that's not one. Where is that? This land. God. Oh, I know. Hang on. Alright, guys, I want to check out on something. Remote detecting. I need to try to find the postcode actually. Right, let me do it this way. So I'm pretty sure there's something there. Oh, fuck, I spelled it wrong. No, it's not finding one on there, but I know there was stuff found there. Let me try that one. So that's nearing. Really, I spelled the damn things right. I cannot know on that one either. I wonder if I moved sorry that. Yeah, there we go. Right, here, near where my location is, right? This is what has been found near to my permission, right? Roman site, which requires further analysis. Roman settlement, Roman British settlement, Roman building, which hasn't been precisely documented. Yeah, just 3 Roman buildings. And they've not been properly analysed. So let me try the other one. I don't think it's going to do it under that one, but let's just split it. Right, not far from my location, Roman chalk quarry. Funny enough, his land is actually on a boundary, and where I dig, there is a lot of chalk there. So yeah, could be a Roman chalk quarry. Again, site of Roman British chalk quarry. Roman enclosure, site of Roman building, site of a Roman villa, site of Roman enclosure, site of Roman building, site of Roman villa, site of Roman enclosure, blah blah. Keeps just saying the same thing, but that was over Ashstead, not where I am. Engraved gemstone found, but that's Epsom, probably on Epsom Downs. A lot of it's over in Epsom. But yeah, he did say, like, when I asked him, about his land, he did say he didn't know much about his land. But he said that, when he first got there, he bought the land for like £1,500, and that's like 25 years ago for like 7 acres. So land in them days were bloody cheap. But I can't really show you. This is his land here, but I've only got access to from here, where the mouse pointer is, this bit here, that little square bit. All this is run by someone else, don't know who. I'm trying to find out who it is, but still can't find out. And I'd like to try to get access to this area as well, because like if you look at it, there could have been something there, because why is that ground, like more patchy than anything else? Because someone did say to me, if you look at like, different parts of land, you can tell if there were structures there. Like a golf course, for instance, like over here, you've got possibly an outline of a building there. But I think that's more of a paddock now. But, why is that more darker there? What's this here in this area? That could probably have been a building, like walls and stuff like that. I like to go over there as well. So I'm trying to find out who actually owns the land around that area. See, what I got to do is, the only way I can do it is by going. So I don't know the way the bus goes actually. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah. See that? I believe it's probably owned by Surrey Council, maybe. But there are some buildings there which might be farms. It's not far from my location, from my permission. All I do is like leave early one day, walk down to the golf course, walk all the way down that road, down to the school, which I did do not long ago actually. And I kind of thought I was going to get lost, and I didn't want to take a chance getting lost and not finding the way back home, to the local bus stop. So what I'm going to do is next time I go to my permission, get there for about 9 o'clock, finish about 2 o'clock, and then go down past the golf course. I might ask if I can do around the tree lines of the golf course. No, they might say yes. If they say no, then I won't be able to. But if I go past the golf course, down past the school, there is like looks like possibly horse stables. I don't know. It might just be like a place where they tip junk, like a rubbish tip. Go all the way down to the farm. I reckon that might be all his land. Yeah, because when I went in last time, I ended up on that main road, and I had to go all out past the centre. Yeah. So I went up past the community centre and past the community farm. And I actually went on the community farm and asked if I could get permission to do this little bit here. But the woman I spoke to said it's a council land. I just rent the land off the council and do their plant growing. But there is a bit there which hasn't got no plant stuff in or anything in there, and it's I think it's not long been, like dug up with a tractor, because you can see like stones and stuff. I was going to have like a little walk around it and see if I can find any kind of surface finds, but I didn't bother. So there is quite a bit of land there, but so what I'd have to do to find out who owns that land, I'd have to come out on the main road. There is a nursery centre. I don't think they own that much land by the looks of things. No, actually, I know a way of getting there, but it is a bloody long walk though. Come out of there, walk the opposite way, the way I normally walk, up to that junction. Looks like farm buildings there. So I think I can see a tractor there. If that ain't it, then I'll have to walk down this like little alleyway for this like woodland to this pub and go that way round to that farm and ask them. Now there is a few nurseries around that area as well. So I'm trying to think. Now, when I'm on that bus, for instance, yeah, that comes that direction. Then what am I seeing in the distance? It's not. No, it could be. Yeah, it might be Farthing Hills I'm seeing in the distance, which is a no-go area anyway. So I've already spoke to a farmer on now. I had to walk miles and miles and miles to Farthing Barns, and I asked him, and he said no, because it's like run by a lordship, and I'm very doubtful that he would give you permission. But I don't think Farthing Downs. Is run by a lordship. I think it could be run by a lordship, but it could also be run under the Surrey Council. But there is a lot of land over that area. Now I could jump on another bus to Colston, go to Farthing Downs, and go past Farthing Downs and over to the right, near Clifton Hill School and Chatterham. There's a load of fields around that area, loads and loads of fields. Got Coy Hill Farm Swell. Got some woodlands. But some of it I think you can only buy a car, like something, well, like the M23. But I don't want to be going further than Farthing Downs, although like if you go past Farthing Downs, you got like a few commons, you got like a load of fields about 5 mile further on down the road. But it's more, getting there. Gonna keep changing buses all the time, which I don't want to be doing. So I don't know what to eat today. I think I might have to cook that pork, get that out of the way. So I bought some fresh pork today, and the other pork needs to be cooked by tomorrow, I think. Yeah, I fancy a bit of pork and some mushrooms and some rice, some Mexican chili rice with pork. Last time I had that was quite nice actually. But the other night I had pork with mushrooms and meatballs and gravy, and that was beautiful. That was. So that's what I might have tonight actually. Instead of the rice, I might have the rest of the meatballs in gravy with my pork and mushrooms. And look, fucking rain out there, man. It's pissing down the rain. I hope it ain't gonna be raining tomorrow. He said it ain't gonna be raining tomorrow. No, it's gonna be kind of muddy tomorrow. It's gonna be raining all night. Right, I'm off, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. There might be a video out tomorrow if I get out tomorrow. Depends on what the weather's going to be like. Oh, that looked creepy. I think there's a spider web on the old camera, and it kind of just like expanded and looked like someone, like a woman with a gown on, just then. Creepy, man. Right, I'm off. Yeah, if I get out tomorrow, there'll be another video uploaded tomorrow. Just gotta make sure I've got my camera all sorted out and charged up. Got to change the spade back over. I've got to take the smaller spade instead of my bigger one, because the bigger one I'm gonna only be using on the my permission. It's going to be easier for me to dig on there. It's not going to be so much of a back-breaking task like it is some of the times. So, I feel like something just like touched my head. Anyway, I'm off. Probably be a video up tomorrow. If not, then just keep an eye on this channel. You'll see when there's one up. Alright, have a good evening. Don't work too hard. Rest well. See you later. I'm gone.